Only 39% of Americans could pay for a $1,000 emergency expense. Out of 10, only 4 people have enough savings to pay for an unexpected $1,000 expense in cash, and the rest have to borrow, use a credit card or take out a personal loan. Hey everybody, it's your funds and finance team. If you're looking to save more money, know about the right kind of investments, avoid being broke, and in one word getting your financial education right, then you are in the right place. I'm about to reveal some reasons on why you need an emergency fund, how to create one, and save your finances before you go out of your current budget. I understand that not having money when it's an emergency is too bad, and the worst thing, that one will go through. We always wish that we or our loved ones should not get into that situation again. Don't worry, today we are going to share the 3 reasons why you need an emergency fund so that you can avoid troubles. So, when it comes to money, what keeps you up at night? A top 10 fears report revealed 57% of Americans are very afraid of not having enough money for the future. Another 53% said they were nervous of getting stuck with high medical bills. It makes perfect sense. 66.5% of all bankruptcies are tied to medical issues. This is why prioritizing an emergency fund is crucial to your financial well-being in case you need to cover a $10,000 out-of-pocket medical emergency. Let's get into the top 3 scenarios, how an emergency fund can help you. You never know when you will end up in an unexpected situation, requiring money to rescue you in your time of need, whether it's a $500 car repair or $2,000 plumbing problem. There are multiple scenarios that you could come across that would warrant the need for an emergency fund as a solution. Let's discuss the most common instances now. Reason 1, it covers unexpected medical costs. You're young, you're healthy, what can go wrong? A lot, actually. From unexpected illnesses or cavities to major accidents, one of the many reasons for an emergency fund is so you don't find yourself with big medical expenses and no way to pay for them. Even if you have medical or dental insurance, that doesn't guarantee you won't have to pay for all or part of your care out of pocket. In addition to deductibles, some procedures might not be covered, or you may max out your coverage for non-essential healthcare in your plan year. If you're looking for reasons why you need an emergency fund, imagine scrambling to come up with the funds to cover a medical emergency rather than taking care of yourself. When you're not worried about the cost of your medical care, Lucan says, you can concentrate on getting better. Reason 2, provide a financial cushion if you lose your job. Do you think it's not ideal, but it happens? From 2018 to 2019, there was a 43% jump in unemployment resulting from job cuts. No one's job is 100% fully secure, so to provide some stability and peace of mind, having 6 months to a year's worth of living expenses saved up is ideal. The money accumulated in your emergency savings should be enough to cover all members of your household, including dependents. Take the first step and plan out how much you need each month to live, and then create a budget to start saving. If saving for 6 months' worth of living costs is overwhelming, start small and set a 3-month goal. Increase your savings each month and put in extra money such as bonuses, income tax refunds, and gifts into this fund. Reason 3, home repairs. You're sitting down on the couch to watch a movie with a big bowl of popcorn, and suddenly your toilet begins overflowing. Perfect. Not only would that ruin your evening plans, but it could break your budget since plumbing emergencies aren't cheap. Yet another good reason why you need an emergency fund. While most people have homeowners insurance, there are expenses that aren't covered by insurance, Wright says. Even if the expenses are covered, the insurance provider may be slow to pay. A good reason for an emergency fund? The ability to pay for unforeseen but necessary home repairs, like if you need to repair or replace an appliance, without having to charge large sums to your credit card. If you did have unexpected expenses and paid for them with your credit card, Wright says, your emergency fund will help you pay off that card without incurring any interest expenses. Reason 4, auto repairs. Add car repairs to the list of reasons why you need an emergency fund. Having a working car is critical for many people, especially for those without access to public transportation. If you don't have a car, you might have difficulty making it into the office on time or have to default to a taxi or an Uber, which could quickly become expensive. One common reason for an emergency fund is to cover the cost of an expensive car repair or accident. Even if your car is insured, you may still have to pay the deductible in the event of an accident, and common car repairs like new brakes, new spark plugs or a new timing belt could set you back hundreds of dollars. If you don't have an emergency fund, you might be forced to choose a repair provider who will approve you for payments rather than the one who has the best overall price and quality, Wright says. This alone could save you 15 to 20% if you had the cash to pay for repairs up front. These are the top 4 reasons why we need to have an emergency fund at any cost, but be prepared for anything. While you can't ever fully prepare for emergencies, the reasons for an emergency fund are many. Your pipes may freeze, you could receive an unexpected tax bill, you may need to travel last minute to visit an ill relative, or the list goes on and on. Planning now is the best way to ensure you can handle unforeseen challenges. Hey, still watching? Great, hope we bought you some valuable information. You made it this far, so please like this video to help the YouTube algorithm to reach more people, and make sure you watch till the end, because that is where we are going to discuss about how to create an emergency fund, no matter what your income is. Please subscribe to us for getting world-class tips and information about your financial literacy. So, getting back to our discussion now, the biggest question is how much money is needed for an emergency fund? While coming up with a budget for your emergency savings, you should think about how much money you need to live comfortably every month. As previously mentioned, experts advise having at least 6 months to a year's worth of living expenses in your fund. Map out what this looks like by listing out your expenses versus your income. Monthly expenses may include rent or mortgage, utilities, gas, electric, cell phone bill, Wi-Fi, car payments, student loans, groceries. The total needed for your emergency fund can be calculated by subtracting all necessary expenses from your monthly income after taxes. Calculate your take-home pay, which is after taxes are taken out, and subtract your monthly bills from it. Whatever is left over is the amount you have to play with to start funding your emergency fund. If money is tight, start small, maybe 10% of your monthly income can fund your emergency fund. Whenever you have extra money, such as pay raises, bonuses, or income tax refunds, consider putting it into your emergency fund. How to start an emergency fund. Start with a goal and a tangible number in mind. This ensures you have a goal to work towards, rather than generally telling yourself you need to save. Start with the number of months you want to tackle, whether it's 3 months, 6 or a year. Then estimate how long that will take you. Regardless of income, you can always come up with a personalized plan to start saving for your emergency fund and achieve your goal at your own pace. Here are 2 strategies that can help you save for your emergency fund. Strategy 1. Decrease your spending. The first step to take towards saving for an emergency fund is decreasing your current spending habits. This will free up more money in your budget, allowing you to add on to the amount that is left over after you have paid your bills for the month. Additional funds can come from choosing to cut back on dining out, bar tabs, entertainment, vacations, shopping, and canceling unnecessary subscription services. Assess your monthly bills, subscriptions, and spending and figure out what you can reduce or eliminate. If you want to make more drastic measures to boost your savings each month, consider the following action items. Move to a cheaper place. This might be easier for renters, but if you can, consider a less expensive place to live. Your rent is likely the most costly monthly bill, so if you can reduce this by a few $100s each month, you can throw that extra money into your emergency fund. Sell your car. Consider taking public transportation, especially if you live near a big city with plenty of buses and subways. If you live in a 2-car household, try selling one and share it with your partner. Plus, it'll save you on gas. Get rid of your storage unit. 1 in 11 Americans pay an average of $91 per month for storage, which is now a $38 billion industry. Sell your junk and rid yourself of the burden while making some extra cash. Increase your income. Earning a side hustle is not only popular, more than 44 million Americans have one, but could be necessary, according to a new survey. A side hustle study showed that 1 in 3 side hustlers actually needs the income to cover living expenses. Strategy number 2. Knowing when to use your emergency fund. An emergency fund should not be confused with regular savings. Taking this into consideration, here are 2 questions that you should ask yourself before putting this money to use. Your emergency fund will serve the purpose of taking care of any expenses you have that are unexpected. This can include an unplanned trip to the hospital, job loss, sudden repairs needed around the home, or fixing your car. Emergency money is meant for sudden but necessary expenses. So if you've been eyeing those $850 ski boots for the upcoming snow season, your emergency fund should not cover that. The importance of an emergency fund is something that should be recognized more often among Americans. It is so easy to get caught up in the present that most do not think to plan for the future. Planning for the future isn't easy, much less unexpected mishaps that may derail your budget altogether. Nevertheless, having money tucked away for a time of need gives you peace of mind and saves your budget. Being prepared with an emergency fund is one of the smartest things you can do for yourself and your loved ones. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos helping you about your financial education, money, savings and more. Check out this attached video to learn more about your finances, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.